Today on Bookshots, I'm with Courtney Collins, the author of a remarkable debut novel called The Burial, about a female bushranger. Courtney, welcome to Bookshots.
Thank you.
What's your novel about?
My novel is essentially a freedom quest. It's a story of a woman who just happens to have been a horse rustler, a circus rider, a convict. So by the time she's 26, she's really lived life large and she's essentially on the run.
Tell us about the woman that this story is modelled on.
I guess the bare bones of Jessie's story is that she was a circus rider. She was sold to a circus young, 12 years old. The circus came on hard times and she essentially made her way horse rustling. She was apprenticed to a brutish, went to prison, was apprenticed to a brutish man, and that's really the bare bones of Jessie's story.
How did you find out about her? Because she is absolutely storytelling gold.
She is. She's such a, she's a novelist's dream, or a would-be novelist's dream, in the sense of her wildness and her, she's brave and really lives life outside of the box. I grew up in the Hunter Valley, and Jessie roamed around the Widden Ranges, so the Widden Ranges kind of backs onto the Hunter Valley. And as a kid, her story was, it was out there, but the way it was told, she was this wild thing scraping through the bush. And in discovering more about her, really was really impelled and compelled to know more of her inner life, and not so much in the way that I wanted to first cobble together her, a biographical account of her life, but really, a woman on a freedom quest at this time was where I wanted to go.
Now, she has this extraordinary skill as a horse rustler. Can you just explain what horse rustling is and how she did it?
Well, horse rustling and cattle rustling is essentially, stealing horses and cattle and rebranding them, and taking them to, the sale yards and passing them off as, your own horses and cows. And she was very good at it. And I think the reason she was very good at it was because she was such an accomplished rider. She was an extraordinary rider. She was Australia's first female buck jumping champion. But she also, she was into the art of disguise, or the smother, I think as it was called in the day. This sense of her circus roots coming out, and she would dress as a man and off to the sale yards. And so she really had it all down.
So how did men regard her? The men that came into contact with her, did they admire her?
Her closest companion, really, and her, I won't say soulmate, but certainly someone who there's an understanding. And her most intimate is Jack Brown, and Jack is an Aboriginal stockman who Fitz, Jessie's husband, has hired to work alongside of her when Fitz has an accident. And Jack is just gorgeous. Jack is a lovely man, and there's a capacity for him to understand Jessie in a way that she hasn't been understood. And really there's such an attraction between them. But Jessie acknowledges quite early that it's a dangerous attraction. Really, she's married to Fitz. And Fitz, being a brute, stands to punish them both severely. So, there is this kind of this weight of desire and this weight of attraction.
Is there something, was there an object, was there a photograph, was there anything?
There was her prison mugshot, and in discovering that, traipsing out to state records and finding this beautiful, sepia image of her, and she was really, she was all of 21 and she'd just been arrested and so fierce looking. And so, of course, I copied that and then blew it up and stuck it above my desk, and it was the most intimidating thing to stick there. I think there was a knowing that I was needing to head in somewhere quite dark, and melancholic. This is Australia's dark past that's really, you know, in calling the novel The Burial, there really is this sense of history's kind of uncovered and discovered and sometimes deliberately buried and sometimes for good reason. And here am I, you know, scraping around, wanting to know more and really examine things quite intimately.
It's a fabulous book, Courtney. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The Burial really does reek of atmosphere. It's dark and brooding, but at the same time it provides a really refreshing take on our colonial past.